G'day there guys, still no regrets here, not even one letter. Welcome back to the show, this is Markee, your host of today's r/AmiTheA episode. If you enjoy the video, please do break that like button, and if you haven't subscribed or if YouTube has unsubscribed you, click that subscribe button again, it would really help. Hope you have a good one, and sit back, relax and enjoy it. Posted by user Loose Strategy, titled, "Would I be the a-hole for changing my name passed down from generation to generation? My dad's name is Bert, my grandfather is Bertram, my great-grandfather is Bertrand, and the naming convention repeats ad infinitum. All sons in the family get the same name or a twist on the same name. My brother is Robert, which was controversial at the time. My uncle is Bart, likewise controversial. Those who deviate like these examples have got crap for it, but nothing too serious. This tradition has been going back at least a couple of centuries. At least my brother has a normal name that isn't too uncommon, like Bert. My name is Bertamo. I could go on and on, paragraph after paragraph, about why I hate my name. I always have. You cannot imagine the bullying and name-calling I've got in my life. I'm 17. Soon I'll be 18. When that happens, I'm gonna change my name to something completely unrelated. I expressed as much to my parents, and I guess it got through the grapevine to the rest of the paternal family, and no one is happy. My dad is indifferent, but is upset that I don't like the name he gave me. But my grandfather is apparently so upset, I'll be written out of his will. I don't know what a career fisherman is going to leave me in his will, but I think I'll be okay. The thing is that I kind of like some tradition like this going back dozens of generations. It's just, this specific tradition I think is stupid. If it was something like a pendant passed down to the first sons or something like that, then fine. But I have to live with my name on display 24/7 for my whole life. But then again, this is really the only family tradition we have. My brother is married and is already brainstorming Bert names. Would I be the a-hole for changing my name? Update: for some more context on how big of a deal the family naming convention is, I replied to another comment with more info, but I'll post it here too. Whenever a new son is born, they consult a document/family tree to see if the name is already in use by a living relative, but only going linearly up. I can't have the same name as any living father, grandfather, great-grandfather, etc., or any of their children, but I can share the same name as my uncle's children because it's not going directly upwards in the family tree. It's going up and then down in a divergent path. I have over 20 Bert cousins, or children of cousins, to give an idea on how widespread it is. And they do have records going back to at least the 1780s. Before that, we're unsure, because no one kept physical evidence. The first one was a Bertram, but the story allegedly goes that it was an offshoot of Bert, and the real root name is Bert. Every single son in my father's lineage is named in this convention. At a time in the early 1900s, there were a few Berthas and Bertas to start a new female tradition, but it never took off. My family justifies it by being a common denominator we can all connect by. I'm actually close to relatives that diverted from our family, but kept the naming in the late 1800s. I'm close to family who have lived abroad for generations. We all connect by this name, so I guess it works. My family's huge on family if it's not obvious. For what it's worth, it's Bertamo. My mother's Italian, hence why brother is Robert, keep in mind. On my father's side it's Muttville. I don't know. Our earliest recorded ancestors were from Germany, but there's a large portion from the Netherlands, and many, many, many from Newfoundland, Canada, which I guess was English at a point. Our family is large, with parts in Scandinavia, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, France, etc. I think if you don't like your name, you should be allowed to change it, even if it does upset your family. So in their eyes, you're going to be an a-hole, because they hold this huge family tradition in their own eyes. But at the same time, there is so many of them, and I don't feel like them giving you leeway is going to lead to everyone else wanting to change their mind. It seems like even your brother is on board with continuing this lineage. You got bullied as a kid, and you got bullied even up until this point in your life, it seems. I can't blame you for wanting to change. They can't stop you, they can cut you out of wills, and they can cuss you out, but I don't see you being an a-hole in this instance, although I do think you're going to get some backlash from the family. It doesn't really seem like a win-win situation. No a-holes here. Why not keep it as a middle for them and change your first? Or go by his middle name, unless this family doesn't do middle names. Of all the names to pass on generationally, Bert. OP's ancestors 200 years ago be like, hey, do you know what would be funny? If we told our kids that all the boys should have Bert names. I wonder how long they'll stick to it, lol. I have decided whoever originally decided this is a Class A troll. Lol? There was a period in my family's history where every male was named Hubert. I'm assuming they went by their middle names, but yes, there we are in the family Bible, Hubert Peter, Hubert George, Hubert Xavier. Luckily, that's no longer a tradition. Not the a-hole. In fact, I'd gaff if no one agrees, but I think your parents are a-holes for naming you Bertamo. Jesus. I'm sorry you had to deal with teasing like that. Parents who name their kids whatever they feel like, with no regard to how that kid will feel carrying that name, irk me. Updates. Would I be the a-hole for changing my name passed down from generation to generation? I turned 18 in May, which also coincided with me finishing high school the next month. I wanted to get my name change done before I began college because it would be a headache to change it in their systems. And Lord no, I didn't want Bertamo to be on my degree were I to graduate. My parents had other plans and wanted to bring me on a trip. The trip was half so my mother can go to Italy to visit some of her family, and my dad bringing me to Germany and the Netherlands to visit some of his family. In the 3 weeks we were gone, I got to meet literally hundreds of my family members, most of them Bert or some alteration. The purpose of this trip was to get me to change my mind. And you know what? I had a great time. It was really reflective and introspective as I got to meet some of the other Berts my own age, and listen to their thoughts on their name. A lot of men and boys my age, or around my age, struggle with the name because even in Germany and the Netherlands, the name isn't common, and some of them do change their names. I met family who did just that, and even some who said they regret it. I even met Bert Bay, who wears his name on his shoulder with pride. The most common sentiment was it's a commonality between family members, and that should be protected. Something that stood out to me was, if you were to meet a Bert anywhere in the world, chances are pretty good they belong to our family. There were stories of Berts meeting as strangers and leaving as friends and family. Everyone believed this was the most important part, as it means all you need to look for is a name to know your family. I'll be honest and say it got to me. So much so, I decided to keep my name. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, and truthfully, a lot of posts in the previous thread said my name was beautiful and unique, and it made me think maybe it's worth holding on to. And after starting college last month, I say my name in pride. I've already made a few connections just because my name is so out there. I stand out, which is a bad thing in high school, but a good thing in college. Thanks to everyone who gave judgment last thread, and I hope my little story of closure is an interesting read. If you change your mind, then change your name to Ernie just to troll them. Change your last name to Bert, then add 3 middle names, Engelbert, Robert, and Tolbert. So your name is now Bertamo, Engelbert, Robert, Tolbert, Bert. Complain to your family for not trying hard enough. Oh my god. I'm gonna guess that you're in the States, based on the college versus university nomenclature. I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with. Not knowing the heritage and history of your family is something that gets lost in translation a lot of times when families come from the old country to the US. I feel like it's important that we as people understand where we come from, hence why I'm in Ireland. I'm glad you got to experience it firsthand. I had similar experiences with my last, maiden, name in school with the name calling, But my family has a historical society that puts out books of all of the ancestors going all the way back. Having that information and being able to ground yourself in it is amazing. Not to mention pretty cool. I too now know anyone with a last name as me, regardless of spelling, is related to me somewhere in the lineage. It's pretty cool to know how far your lines reach. Congrats on finding your inner birds. I find this perspective interesting because I don't share it. For one, I'm partially adopted, so I view family and connection as something to be built by choice rather than something preordained. And the family I know the history of, pretty much all we know is that the family immigrated within the past 100 years. My great-grandparents made a specific effort to integrate to American culture, to the point that they wouldn't tell their children anything about the old country and completely stopped speaking their native language in favor of English. And to be honest, I'm not really curious about it. I was born and raised here, and even if I knew the history, I wouldn't be connected to it any more than I am to Genghis Khan. Posted by user Bayhan Ovarians, titled, "Would I be the a-hole if I still give my stepson the birthday gift I bought for him despite his mother asking me to hold it off for a month because she knows my gift upstages hers and she wants to see him enjoy her gift first?" So, my husband Joe and I have been married for a few years. He has a teenage son, Jack, with his ex-wife, Kim. Joe and I have a great relationship with Jack, who lives with us half of the time, and we are civil with Kim. For a couple of years now, Jack has been into a sport that I am also into, and last year, he decided to train in that sport seriously. He's been doing very well, so as a reward, and to encourage him further, I decided that for his birthday this month, I would buy him an important equipment used in our sport. He's always wanted to own one himself, and if things go well, it'll be with him for the next 10 years, so I know he will be very happy with it. Yesterday, Kim called me and told me what gift she will be getting Jack. We do this now to avoid getting him the same gift, which has happened before. I told her that I got Jack the equipment for our sport. She was quiet for a while and then asked me if I could get another gift for Jack's birthday and just to give him the equipment in October. Kim said that she knows Jack will absolutely love my gift, so if he gets my gift and her gift at the same time, her gift will be upstaged by mine and all of Jack's attention will be on my gift. She said she's been saving for Jack's gift for a while, so she would like to see him be happy and thrilled about her gift, and that's not likely to happen if Jack receives our gifts at the same time. I understand where Kim is coming from, but to me it doesn't seem right to treat giving gifts to Jack as a competition for his attention or affections that we have to resort to taking turns. Why can't we both give him our gifts and make him as happy as he could be on his birthday? A day that's supposed to be about him and not about us. Got to agree with that sentiment there, but I feel like she's coming from a place where she just wants the best for her son also. I don't feel like this is a personal attack on you by any means. I feel like she's been saving up for a while and, a lot of people don't want themselves to be upstaged. They want to be recognized for their efforts. I know we don't always deserve to be recognized for our efforts, but it really does feel nice to be acknowledged. And I'm sure she's scared of not being acknowledged when, there's every possibility that you're going to take that away from her. I can definitely empathize with both of these viewpoints here, and, I'm going to say there's no a-holes here for this situation. You wouldn't be the a-hole if you still give him the birthday gift. You wouldn't be the a-hole if you didn't give it to him right now. It seems like a rock and a hard place kind of situation. No a-holes here. I'll probably be downvoted for this, but I can actually understand her feeling a bit heartbroken that she has scrimped and saved for a gift, and now his stepmom's bought him something that sounds fairly expensive, and so impressive that it will leave hers in the dust. I don't think you need to wait until October, and you certainly don't have to wait to get them another gift, but just a compromise. Could you tell your stepson that you'll give it to him the day after his birthday? Thanks. One of Joe's favorite sayings is that sometimes it's better to be kind than to be right. And reading your answer, I think this is one of those times. Another commenter suggested waiting a week so Jack has a weekend to enjoy Kim's gift. Tell Joe he needs to be a regular contributor to this sub, because his "sometimes it's better to be kind than to be right" policy should solve about 90% of the problems around here. Right? So many comments on posts here are like, well, according to paragraph 3, subsection 7 of obscure law X, you aren't legally required to give water to someone dying of thirst, so not the a-hole. Your mum is crap out of luck and should have brought more water. So true. Some of the advice given on this sub is terrible. Commenters are so quick to whip out the "not the a-hole," but I honestly wonder if they have successful relationships IRL, because yeah, maybe technically somebody is not the a-hole, but that doesn't mean they should not adjust their behavior. You can tell us, is the gift the Nimbus 2000? No a-holes here. Yes, the rational thing would be to want for him to, as you say, be as happy as he can be on his birthday. But people aren't always rational, and that's okay. Kim is probably right. Jack will be way more excited about your gift than hers, and I can totally understand feeling a bit sad about that when you're his mother and you've been saving up for a gift for a long time, and was looking forward to him being excited about it. She wasn't being an a-hole about her request, and I don't think it's her intention to treat the gift giving as a competition for his attention or affections. No, you don't have to wait to give him this gift. But it would be very kind of you if you told Jack, you will get my gift next weekend. This weekend you get to enjoy the gift your mum got you. I think this will also go a long way when it comes to your relationship with Kim. And good on you for being a loving stepmom who shares a passion with her stepson. Thank you. I think that will work. I will tell Jack I have something for him and he can have it the following week and enjoy his mother's gift on his birthday weekend. That sounds like the best. If you do give it to him on his birthday, his mum will be hurt and it will likely affect your relationship with her, meaning she may resent you, be upset, and the open line of communication could be ruined. She expressed her honest feelings to you, and she will feel ignored or not heard, even if it's a selfish thing to ask. Sucks for you, but you know he'll love it in a week's time as well. Curious, what sport? Bay Hanoverian is a type of horse, so prob's something to do with horses. Updates. Would I be the a-hole if I still give my stepson the birthday gift I bought for him, despite his mother asking me to hold it off for a month because she knows my gift will upstage hers and she wants to see him enjoy her gift first? Hi Reddit, just dropping by to give you an update to my post. Jack celebrated his birthday in September, and as many of you suggested, I told him that I'm sorry, but my gift for him was shipped late and would be arriving in 2 weeks. That way, it didn't look like Kim made me do it, and the two of them had time to enjoy Kim's gift. Kim thanked me for understanding her situation, and said that she's grateful that I was gracious about her request, even though we don't have the best relationship. It's flattering to read that so many of you think that Joe and I are good people. But of course we aren't perfect, and it took a lot of time for us to be in a civil place with Kim. It was humbling for Kim to ask me what she did, and it also took a lot for me to let her have it. Hopefully this is the beginning of a better relationship for the three of us. And for those who are asking, I didn't put a lot of specific details in my post because I wanted to minimize the risk of being identified by someone I know in real life who might also be participating in this forum. But since a commenter in my original post already figured it out, yes, I bought Jack a horse. My family has a horse farm, so where can you ride a horse for 2 weeks is thankfully not a problem. Jack already met his new partner last week, and he is very happy with him. Thank you for all your comments, and I wish everyone the best. You sure did undersell your gift in the first post. It reads like you're talking about a hockey stick or something, not a frickin' horse. What was Kim's gift? That's so funny. I was imagining hockey gear too for some reason. I was trying to think of what sport has expensive equipment. Figured it was hockey, golf clubs, or a really nice tennis racket. Or maybe a rowing machine. Definitely never pictured a horse at all. I thought it was some kind of archery protection, or maybe a bow. The first thing I'm gonna say when I get a horse is, wait, how's there a 2-week delay on shipping for a horse? The trailer broke off the hitch and there was 2 weeks of shenanigans trying to retrieve the horse, clearly. Shenanigans indeed. As a broke mum who shares custody, with the other house having a lot more money, I wouldn't say you would have been the a-hole. But in taking the high road with this matter, it would have meant so much to me. It shows you care about making the relationship between the adults calm and healthy so that the child always benefits. There is no way to put a price on that, and the kid will benefit from that more than any other gift. Mum should be very thankful that her child has good people who love this kid. ETA, thank you so much for the gold and silver. Taking time to really focus on what's best for a healthy relationship between adults so kids benefit is really the best thing a parent can do for them. Okay, and I think that's where we're going to end today's episode, guys. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it, and maybe even learned something from these stories. Just want to say a quick shout out to my Patreon subscribers and my channel members. You guys should be on the screen right now. If you do see yourself, I want you to give yourself a little pat on the back for being amazing and supporting me on this channel, this little journey we're going on the YouTubes. I really appreciate it, and you guys enabled me to do all this amazing work. So if you do see yourself, I love your face and I'm happy to see you. Also guys, if you want to pitch in your own support, you don't have to, but channel links are down in the description below to support the Patreon, the channel membership, whatever you want to do. It's kind of like tipping me if you feel like I'm doing a good job on this channel. I will be opening up avenues for content on those in the future. Just right now I'm kind of bogged down and stuck in Ireland, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway guys, with that said, I do hope you have a wonderful day today. Whatever you're up to, I'd love to know down in the comments below. I do hope you have a good day, night, sleep. Whatever you're up to today, tell me, and I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Bye.